Top of the morning, good people. Hey, Garrett Gilbert, Cooper Rush, yeah. Big win coming versus Pittsburgh. Not really. What's going on, Cowboys fans? It's your boy Foots here. This is where we are this season. Obviously, the Dak injury put us back. And you have a big game. Well, not really a big game for you. I'm pretty sure schedule makers looked at it and was like, wow, Dallas, Pittsburgh, we get a marquee matchup. And then your quarterback goes out, and now your other quarterback, Andy Dalton, who could have slightly saved faces on COVID-19 list. I don't even know what he did to get on there. Somebody help me out in the comments. But the point is that unfortunately, Cowboys fans, this is going to get bad, and you're going to really see the lack in, you're going to see the coaching difference. You're going to see the personnel difference because, believe it or not, not having a solid backup, or, you know, even though your backup got his bell rung into Andy Dalton, the league doesn't care. These guys, these Pittsburgh Steelers are going to come in and try to beat your face in. And, two guys, Garrett Gilbert, Cooper Rush. I don't care who plays. If you held me down and say I had to pick somebody, I would say Cooper Rush. I think Garrett Gilbert is awful, and I know at least in preseason games, I've seen Cooper Rush be serviceable. Then he took a step back that one year, so it was kind of like, oh, God, Cooper, what happened? And he got cut to bring in an Andy Dalton. And then now they brought him back. Obviously, nobody claimed him, but that's how the NFL is. I mean, it's 1 minute you're here, 1 minute you're there. And so he was out, now he's back. The point is that I think that he can give you something. And I think that he has enough rapport with Kellen Moore to at least make this offense look serviceable. At least make this offense just, you know, I just want to compete. I don't want this team to go out and win games because I don't think that they'll win games. And I'm working on my watch list. I'm almost done. I'll have that for you guys. I'll do a weekly watch list every week. Probably about 3 players, depending on where we're drafting, because right now I have us drafting anywhere from 2 to 10. Just based on the projection and how many games I think this team will win moving forward. It won't be many. And this weekend, I hate to be that guy, but you're not beating Pittsburgh. And let's talk about Pittsburgh for a second. It's kind of revisionist history, but it just seemed like yesterday when AB was on that team, Le'Veon was on that team, and it was like, you know, they were complaining. They wanted their money, and Pittsburgh said, bye. Here's what I'm going to give you, Le'Veon. Here's what we're not going to deal with your foolishness, AB. When you know it, they draft James Conner. When you know it, they draft Devin Bush, amazing linebacker from Michigan. When you know it, they draft Chase Claypool. When you know it, they draft Juju Smith-Schuster. And that Pittsburgh offense, even with old Ben Roethlisberger, who everybody said was washed up, they're still clicking. Offensive line is solid. The defense, let's talk about how they were able to retool that defense fairly quickly. They went out and saw a chance to get Minkah Fitzpatrick, who, let's be honest, Minkah wasn't, I wouldn't say he wasn't living up, but he wasn't being used correctly in Miami. And so what does Pittsburgh do? They say, here's a guy who we know has A1 ability. We need him in our scheme. They run a lot of zone. They run a lot of, like, Pittsburgh's scheme is so sophisticated. And it just fits what Minkah does perfectly. Then they go grab Joe Hayden. And then, you know, the TJ Watt pick, obviously we picked Taco Charlton, who was a complete bust. And this is just a solid franchise. This is how you do things. Now, I know they haven't won the Super Bowls as of recently, but they just know how to maneuver and do things. And they're right back in the mix. They're 6-0. I believe they're 6-0. I know they shut down Lamar Jackson, who, started off hot. They cooled him down. But this is what I mean when you look at a Ben Roethlisberger. And I'm not saying that Dak can't be that, because I think that he can. But if you guys remember in that draft, Ben Roethlisberger was drafted high. He was labeled as an elite quarterback talent. And then you go 15 years later, two Super Bowl rings, he's still in the league. That's why, that's why my stance has been, and it's not going to change. If you're drafting high, I'm trying to get my hands on a Justin Fields. I'm trying to get my hands on, an elite quarterback talent. I'm not saying that Dak can't be that, but I'm saying in order for me to fix my team and kind of retool like Pittsburgh was able to, you're not going to be able to do that with these contracts. You have a lot of now it's to the point with Dallas losing like they are, you just have too many bad contracts on your books. And so you're going to need free agency help. I'm going to say this every video. You're going to need free agency help. And in order to do that, not going to be able to spend a bunch of money on one player. It's just not going to be able to happen. So anyway, Garrett Gilbert, Cooper Rush, it's the lesser of two evils, completely honest. I think Cooper has some accuracy. He's a little more accurate. Ben DiNucci. The problem is Ben DiNucci just looked completely out of his league. DiNucci, he looks like he needs to be playing in the CFL. And if you noticed, I didn't do any videos. I didn't do any breakdowns because, unfortunately, you can be fooled by lesser talent at ODU, and you see this guy running around making plays. You're like, okay, well, yeah, he's playing against future doctors. Yeah, so he's gonna look great. But, this is the NFL, buddy. Everybody's fast. The play speed, the game speed, and there was a couple times I'm just like, oh man, this dude just shouldn't be in the league. It looks like he's never played football before. It was just bad. And so that is my point. Elite quarterback talent, man. It's just like you see it, and I think that you do have a guy on this roster who can get the job done if he's willing to take a pay cut, and not even take a pay cut, but just take a team-friendly deal, to where even if it's I don't want to franchise him, I don't want to keep franchising. That's not the answer either. Anyway, you ask me who, I'm gonna go Cooper Rush. I don't know what Dallas will do. I think they're leaning towards Gilbert. I've watched a little bit of film on Gilbert, and I'm not really impressed, but, maybe they know something that I don't. I just want to see the team be functional. I'm just looking for a functional performance. What are you guys looking for against a good Pittsburgh offense and a good Pittsburgh defense? Can we keep it within 2 scores? Can we be functional? All right, Cowboys fans. Peace. All right, Cowboys fans, I want to talk about channels for cheap. Listen, it's exactly what it sounds like. Channels for cheap. Any type of entertainment you want. TV, movies, sports. I'm talking about NFL games, guys. NBA games. Yes, there's going to be sports with everything that's going on right now. This is your chance to be able to basically get any channel that you want, any movie that you can ever think of, all available on channels for cheap. All you got to do is click the link in my bio. It's really that simple. Click the link right now in the description box. Channels for cheap. You got to do it, guys. It's really worth it. Trust me.